Breaking news, Arsenal have submitted a bid for Edon Zhegrova, the right winger from Lille. Lille just purchased him from the Swiss side FC Basel for about 7 mil in January. So there's no news as to any possible monetary value or contract yet, but we can expect that it'll be a little bit cheaper than the 72 million that we paid for the last right winger from Lille. What we do know about the player is he's young. He's 23 years old. He plays on the right wing, so I think he's expected to come in as a bit of a Saka backup, Saka rotation. I think he's the cheaper alternative to Raphinha, since it looks like we're going to miss out on the Raphinha deal. So hopefully we can get him for under 15 or 20 million. That way he still has a little bit of value, a little bit of potential sell-on value, should he not come good for the club. He is left-footed, and looking at his statistics, when he was in the Swiss league, he had 9 goals and 15 assists in 60 appearances, so he appears to be a bit of a more creative winger rather than a pure out-and-out finisher, a la Mo Salah. So he looks to be a bit of a Saka replacement, rather than Pepe, who comes in and is off the bench and is looking to get goals. Zhegrova is probably going to come in and provide more creative outlet, provide legs, and rotation for Bukayo Saka. The news was broken by a Kosovoan journalist, so the reliability is questionable at best. We really don't know. He works for some art motion company, artmotion.net, I believe, is the company that he works for, and they are entirely in a different language. I believe it is Turkish or possibly Kosovoan. I'm not entirely sure. The player himself is from Kosovo, and the journalist seems to have a bit of a reputation for breaking news about other players in the Kosovo national team. So Edon Zhegrova, he was born in Germany, left-footed, right winger, just recently moved to Lille for 7 mil in January, and I believe in Ligue 1 this year, he put in 2 goals and an assist. So there really isn't too much about him. We can look at his stats, but they really don't tell much. We're looking at a small sample size. So, well, this is exciting news. We're bringing in a new player, potentially. It is, I think, very good to see that we have alternatives lined up if we don't hit our marks. So, for example, it's looking like we're going to miss out on Raphinha. It's looking like we're going to miss out on Lisandro Martinez. So bringing in the fact that we already have these potential replacements, in addition to the news that is been formulating this week, the tragic news that has been formulating this week, it's looking like we do have replacements for our main targets. That's a good sign. Altogether, when can you say the last time that Arsenal had 4 signings in the first 3 weeks of the transfer window? I mean, that never happens. We are notorious for waiting until the very last day of the window. I mean, look at the window when we brought in Pepe and Tierney and Saliba. All of that was backloaded. I think the only deal that we got over the line early in the window were Martinelli and Saliba. And even Saliba, I think he wasn't even until August. So it's good signs. It's looking like we're moving forward in the right direction, learning from our mistakes. Let's see if Arteta can work some of his coaching magic and turn this unpolished winger into something that might actually be useful in the Premier League.